So welcome everyone to our Start Out event hosted with the NGLCC. Tonight we'll be discussing, should your company be LGBTE certified? And we have both an LGNCC representative here and a founder who is certified. So we'll get some great insights from the both of them this evening. First, a little bit about Start Out. So we are a nonprofit organization that accelerates the growth of the LGBTQ plus community. We aim to drive the economic impact of the community. We want to build a world where every LGBTQ plus entrepreneur has equal access to lead, succeed, and shape the workforce of the future. So some of the programming that we offer in the reach of Start Out, we have our own accelerator for LGBTQ plus founders. And so far, the 44 graduated companies have raised over 300 million in funding and created over 3,400 jobs. We have over 300 mentors in our mentorship program. We also have a network of over 300 investors receiving deal flow of our LGBTQ plus founders and hold over 50 events just like this one every year. So if you'd like to learn more about any of that, we encourage you to visit our website after the event and get started as a founder. We also want to thank our sponsors who make events like this one possible throughout the year. We really appreciate their ongoing support. And now I'm going to introduce our two speakers. So giving the presentation tonight, we have Sydney Harris, who is a manager at the NGLCC overseeing supplier diversity. And Sydney is going to tell us all about the process of actually getting certified. And then we also have on the call Jason Nunez, who is the CEO of Go Digital Hero. And I'll let Jason talk a little bit about Go Digital Hero and your bio as well.
Thank you so much. Just a little bit about myself. So 19 years, Air Force veteran. I have spent the last 8 to 10 years of my professional career in Washington, D.C., spanning positions in government contracting, federal employee, in uniform, out of uniform, and in the nonprofit space. And when I relocated due to my husband's professional growth, we got here in Miami, Florida, and I realized that I needed to do something, and that something was bringing together all of the expertise in these different fields and kind of merge them together and make folks' work-life balance better, because in uniform, out of uniform, government contracting, federal employee, they each have their pros and cons in terms of how to support and how to do administrivia, but there wasn't a single kind of conduit to pull the pros from everything and make this massive, great product, which I created Go Digital Hero. So that's a little bit about us, a little bit about me. Go Digital Hero really just aims to provide work-life balance. Whatever that means to you. Let us be your hero so that you can be a hero to others. We primarily focus on inbox management, time management, and kind of process placement. So anything that is extremely time consuming within your business, within your life, we take that on so that you can go to the soccer practice, so you can go to date night, so you can go to, self-care appointments. And that is my background and Go Digital Hero in a nutshell.
Awesome, thank you. And now I'll hand it over to Sydney for the rest of the presentation. Also, just a quick housekeeping note, if you have any questions while Sydney and Jason are speaking, feel free to use the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen, and they're going to answer as many questions as they can at the end.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Sydney Harris. I use she, her pronouns. And I am Manager of Supplier Diversity at the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce, or NGLCC. So today I'm going to share a little bit more about how to become an NGLCC LGBT Business Enterprise, or LGBTBE. And I'm also going to share some about the benefits, and we're also going to hear from Jason about some of the benefits he's seen as a certified supplier. Awesome. So just to get started, I want to share a little bit about the NGLCC. NGLCC was founded in 2002 by Justin Nelson and Chance Mitchell. And NGLCC really serves as a business advocate and direct link between LGBT business owners, corporations, and government partners. And the Supplier Diversity Initiative, or SDI department, and LGBT certification was created in 2004. So a little more in depth on the NGLCC, in addition to being the direct link between LGBT business owners, corporations, and governments, we lead national policy advocacy for LGBT economic inclusion. We also founded the National Business Inclusion Consortium in 2011. We work with over 75 international and domestic chambers of commerce. And we also have a global division that was founded in 2014. NGLCC is the exclusive third-party certification body for LGBT business enterprises. And we also host the largest LGBT business event in the world, which is the NGLCC's International Business and Leadership Conference. So as I mentioned, in 2011, we founded the National Business Inclusion Consortium, and that consists of the NGLCC, and I believe it's about 9 other organizations that work together, representing over $9 trillion in annual consumer spending power and significant contributions to the market and workplace. So if you're interested in learning more about the NBIC, please feel free to visit nglcc.org/NBIC. NGLCC works with over 400 corporate partners, and here on the screen I have just a few of our founding corporate partners, including Wells Fargo, EY, Intel, and many more. There's also a full list of our corporate partners on our website if you're interested in checking that out. So now a little bit more about the Supplier Diversity Initiative and LGBTBE certification. So NGLCC's Supplier Diversity team helps business owners through the certification process, beginning to end. We also work to identify and distribute opportunities to certified LGBTBEs, and we work with LGBTBEs to leverage their certification and achieve their business goals. We also conduct webinars as well as other educational opportunities and business development opportunities for our certified businesses. NGLCC Stakeholder Engagement Center is really your company's dedicated RFP concierge, and they work to connect both businesses to other businesses and corporate partners through expanded technology and for contracting opportunities. They alert qualified LGBTBEs for pertinent events such as matchmaker events and other events that may be coming up. They also connect compatible LGBTBEs to team up with each other for tiered contracting opportunities. So LGBTBE certification, NGLCC again is the exclusive third-party national certification body for LGBT-owned companies. We modeled our certification by that of the National Minority Supplier Development Council, or NMSDC, and the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, or WBENC. An LGBTBE certification is available to for-profit businesses that are at least 51% owned, operated, and controlled by an LGBT person or persons. So now I really want to share more about the steps to certify your business and what that process looks like. So the first step to certifying your business as an LGBTBE is to complete your business profile on mynglcc.org. And this really tells us a little bit more about both you and your business. So here on the screen is just what that first page looks like when you visit mynglcc.org, and our LGBT-owned businesses will sign up under the left-hand column, the purple column. and it is your connection to other LGBTBEs and corporate partners. And this is an example of, when you're creating your business profile, really what that page looks like. So you'll see that you'll add your company name and logo, as well as basic contact information, but also a little bit more about the structure of your business. When was your business established, as well as the commercial status of your business. And there's several other sections that we'll get into right now. So yes, the second step to certifying your business is upload your supporting documents. So part of the certification process is uploading supporting documents that, again, just tell us a little bit more about the business and how it's managed and who, the owners are. So for all applications, we request proof of U.S. citizenship or permanent residency status, a brief history of the business or a business plan, as well as a resume or a bio, and an LGBT status qualifier. And here on the right side of the screen is a very small version of our supporting document checklist. But once you begin the certification process and create your My NGLCC business profile, you do get access to a copy of the supporting document checklist that really walks through all the documents that you'll need to complete your application. So as mentioned, we request all applicants submit a LGBT status qualifier. And I know a lot of folks are like, what does that mean? So here, again, this is a small version, but this is the list of our LGBT status qualifiers. And what I really want to point out is that there's many, many options. And we just ask that you submit what you are most comfortable sharing with us, and that all of the information that is shared with us is kept strictly confidential and is only seen by NGLCC Supplier Diversity team, as well as our certification committee, who has all signed NDAs. So again, it is strictly confidential. Some of the options on the list are, for example, a marriage certificate. You could also submit 3 personal reference letters. And these could be really from friends, family, really anyone, as long as they're not an employee of the company. But again, there's many, many options here on the list for LGBT status qualifiers. And this is the page of mynglcc.org where you upload the documents. So you'll see there's a space for each document that you'll need to upload, and you'll get a little green check mark once that document has been uploaded. So after you've uploaded all of your documents and submitted your application, the next step of the certification process is a virtual site visit. So a site visitor will reach out, and this is really just an interview for us to learn a little bit more about the business and confirm the details of your application. And the final step of the certification process is review by NGLCC's National Certification Committee, who makes the ultimate certification decisions. And when they review applications, they're really looking to answer 2 key questions. First, who is the owner of the business, and how is the business managed and controlled? And I do want to point out that the NGLCC certification fee is waived if you're a member of one of NGLCC's local affiliate chambers. We often say certification is national, but your membership is local. So I definitely recommend checking out our affiliate chambers. There's about 50, I believe, 52 located in all around the US. So there's a whole bunch, and they offer really great programming as well. And this is an example of what a LGBTBE certificate looks like. And certification is valid for 3 years. We recently updated this from 2 to 3 years, which we're really excited about. So now I would like to pass it off to Jason. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience going through the certification process?
Absolutely. So this certification process is as simple as you just saw on the slides. The first thing I did after getting my articles of incorporation and LLC and all like the official formation of the business was reach out to my local affiliate chamber so that I could begin the certification process. So my local chamber is the Miami-Dade Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce in Florida, and they walked me through this certification with the NGLCC. What's really cool is they also, my fee was waived for the certification as a part of being a member of the Miami-Dade Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce. The application is super simple, and as soon as you upload a document, you do see the green check mark. And it is as clear as day, and you will know what you're missing at a glance. So one of the things that for me, which was easy for the certification process and the qualifier, the LGBT qualifier, was my marriage certificate. I felt comfortable. It's a public record document. I submitted it. Hey, look, I'm married to a man. So that was kind of my LGBT qualifier. There may be questions about the different options within there. Do not be intimidated by any of them. I would totally welcome you to reach out to me if you need help trying to figure out what any of them are, but you could also reach out to the NGLCC and they will definitely walk you through that. Or if you do have a local chamber, they will definitely give you options and kind of work those qualifiers with you as well. There's tons of certified businesses, so your situation may or may not be unique, but there's definitely ways to get you qualified. Sydney, I do have a question with regard to the certification process that came in through the Q&A. And the question is, does controlled mean a company's board must be over 51% LGBTQ? This person has a silent angle investors, but owns over 60% of the company. As part of the latest funding round, they agreed to create a board for the company. So they were wondering if that would disqualify them for certification.
That's a great question. And yeah, in terms of board management, it does get a little more complicated, but it does really depend on how voting is set up for your board of directors or board of managers, as well as the specific responsibilities and control that the board possesses. So, if there's any more, I'd be happy to provide some more information. At the end of the webinar, I'll provide my email and contact info, and I'd be happy to, go through some of those more specific questions as well, because I know every business is unique. And I know also with some of the supporting documents and whatnot, it can, seem maybe a little overwhelming at first, but that's really what our team is here for, is to really help, walk business owners through the certification process, again, beginning all the way to the end. And then we continue working with you all afterwards to make sure you are leveraging your certification and achieving your business goals. So yeah, I'd be happy to go into more detail later on for any specifics on that as well. Yeah, so I think this leads us right into the benefits of certification. So as a certified LGBTBE, you receive national recognition by America's top corporations, as well as gain access to contact information for our corporate partners, as well as other fellow certified LGBTBEs through my NGLCC. So it is really a huge network. And you also, again, have access to all corporate, government, and organizational partners looking to do business with certified LGBTBEs. You're also able to use the LGBTBE logo on your website, marketing materials, business cards, wherever you see fit. You also are able to attend NGLCC's International Business and Leadership Conference, as well as other regional events that go on throughout the year. And you can also participate in our matchmaker sessions, which is one of NGLCC's most talked about and valued sessions, both during conference, and we also host them virtually throughout the year as well. And these are 15-minute one-on-one matchmaking sessions where you get to meet one-on-one with either corporate partner or another certified business owner and really, discuss opportunities where you can maybe do business together and business development as well. NGLCC also offers educational and development programs, as well as a mentorship program that is available to our LGBTBEs, where they can be partnered with either a corporate partner or a more seasoned LGBTBE, and they participate in a year-long mentorship program and business development. We also host webinars as well as professional development opportunities. So in working with corporations, corporate supplier diversity professionals really advocate for strategic sourcing with certified diverse suppliers. They also review procurement pipeline to find opportunities for diverse supplier inclusion. And a lot of times the corporate partners, corporate supplier diversity professionals are not responsible for final purchasing decisions, but are really your advocate in that room for diverse suppliers. And corporate partners will reach out to NGLCC with opportunities and RFPs for LGBTBEs. They'll also send us information on procurement, networking, and events that they may be hosting. They also serve as mentors in NGLCC's mentorship program. And NGLCC works to match relevant LGBTBEs for RFPs that we received from corporate partners. We'll also send contact and capability information of relevant LGBTBEs to corporate partners for contracting opportunities. And of course, alert LGBTBEs of any upcoming opportunities or deadlines that they may be able to participate in. All right, so Jason, I want to turn it back over to you to share your story of being a certified business owner and the benefits you've seen from certification.
Absolutely. So like I had mentioned, one of the first things that I did as soon as I formed the business was really seek out the certification. And I sought it out because I knew the benefits and basically the hand holding and network of resources that I will have, not only at my local membership level, but also at the certification level and the team at NGLCC. For me, I took a lot of pride in getting certified because it was a moment for me, having served under Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and not being able to be my true, free, and authentic self in the military, pre Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and then afterwards as well, because it wasn't just as easy as a flip of a switch. The very first thing I did, again with my business, to be able to say that I'm a US-based, LGBT-owned, veteran-owned, minority-owned business, I take a lot of pride in that. And I love to capture that in my first breath, if anybody asks me about Go Digital Hero. The benefits of the NGLCC Annual Local Affiliate Chamber, you get out of it what you put into it. Over the last year, I have participated in the NGLCC Matchmaker program. I have participated in the Sip and Pitches. I have participated in the Accelerate program. All of those have definitely helped me be a better person overall, but it's also connected me with a vast amount of resources to help elevate and amplify my business and get it where I want it to be. And get it to where it should be. I've learned that I'm doing a lot of things wrong, but I've also learned a lot of new ways of doing things because everyone has a story and you don't need to try and do it all alone. So certification is amazing. Also, if you get an opportunity to attend the international conference, do it. Sign up for matchmakers. It's great. This last year, we power walked around the pool. I met with several matchmaker corporate partners. Some of them were a good fit. but also it was very real live coaching as you're power walking around the pool. But the knowledge that comes top down and also at the peer level will make you successful just by learning things that you don't know, because you don't know what you don't know. Being certified, I would just encourage folks to not get certified just to kind of tokenize and say, oh, I'm NGLCC certified, boom, now it's on the back burner, I just carry the logo. Get involved. NGLCC has a ton of programs. You don't need to participate in all of them. Actually, you should not be participating in all of them. Then you wouldn't be running a business. You'd be participating in NGLCC programs. Find the ones that are relevant to you. Find the ones that pique your interest. Whether it's relevant to you or not, just because it's an opportunity for growth and it's an opportunity to network. That conference, I met so many people at the conference nationwide. And one of the things that we have in common is our certification. So folks who I looked at little screens for so many months, little pictures on the monitor, as soon as I saw them in the flesh and conference, we connected as if we had known each other for years. And it's a family, it's a network, it's a community, it's resources. I did not ever feel like I was alone. And you will not feel like you're alone, and you should not feel like you're alone if you sign up with the NGLCC and a local affiliate chamber, because ultimately, hire for what you don't know, and each of us are professionals in our own area, so we need each other. So let's amplify each other, get certified, and we will all succeed at this.
Wow, thank you so much, Jason, and thank you for sharing your story. I could not have said it any better, so thank you so much. And as Jason was just sharing, here's a few of our current programs and initiatives that we have going on. So about once to twice a month, we host Webinar Wednesdays, and these are those business development webinars that we host really to help build capacity for your business. And they are across different, areas of focus. We also host, again, our matchmaker sessions. We host them in person at the conference, but we also host them virtually throughout the year as well. So the virtual ones are usually targeted for specific industries, and we always make sure to let those folks know ahead of time, hey, your industry is coming up in a virtual matchmaker session. We also have Sip and Pitch Fridays, and these are one of my favorite events and programs that we do. And they happen once a month on a Friday afternoon, and it's an opportunity for business owners to pitch their business or an idea to a panel of corporate partners and receive real-time feedback on their pitch. And it's also a great networking opportunity, even if you aren't presenting or pitching your business, but really just to connect with other business owners and corporate partners. We also have the Accelerate Capacity Development Program, which is in partnership with Wells Fargo and Dell Small Business. And I feel like I hear the greatest feedback about this program. But again, it's a capacity development program really focused to making sure that LGBT-owned businesses are, really succeeding in a highly competitive market.
Sydney, can I just say something about the Sip and Pitch real quick?
Most definitely.
So the Sip and Pitch is an amazing event. All of this is free. Even if you're not pitching, attend one because you get to sip with everybody else. I mean, why not? But it's so interesting. So I attended a few before I gave my pitch, and it was interesting to see the mentality of your corporate partners of what they're asking. But also I learned from some of my peers who presented before me on how to actually put this presentation together. What you might think is cute and nice for you to explain with somebody that you have an hour for, try to do that in 3 minutes. So attending these definitely helps you streamline and get your sales pitch down. Even after watching a few other people, go ahead and pitch yours. do it. I mean, feedback is great. It just helps us grow. And the sip and pitch, I definitely enjoyed it. It's one of a pretty laid back kind of webinars where you're literally a group of friends. Just picture a nice happy hour and you guys are talking about your business, except in presentation format. So I highly recommend everybody go to Sip and Pitch now and sign up for the next one, even just to attend. Keep an eye out for the emails, because that is definitely one you don't want to miss.
Most definitely. And that is just such a great point. And our webinar Wednesdays and the Sip and Pitch programs, we also record. So if you're interested in just kind of seeing what those are like, feel free to visit our YouTube channel and you'll be able to see the recordings of those sessions there. I also want to share some about NGLCC's Communities of Color Initiative, or the COCHI initiative, which works to support the growth and success of minority LGBT-owned businesses through certification and business development by creating equal opportunities for the economic advancement and the empowerment of the minority LGBT business community. For more information on NGLCC's Communities of Color Initiative, feel free to reach out to COCHI at nglcc.org. And we also work with the NGLCC's Transgender and Gender Expansive Initiative, which works to convene a group of diverse leaders that will improve and advise upon efforts to procure goods and services from transgender, gender nonconforming, non-binary, and gender expansive business owners, with the ultimate goal of economic empowerment for some of the most vulnerable yet most innovative members of the LGBT business community. For more information on the TGX initiative, feel free to reach out to tgx@nglcc.org. And that is it for me tonight. Again, my name is Sydney Harris. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm manager of NGLCC Supplier Diversity Initiative. I've included my contact information here on the screen. Please feel free to reach out with any questions or am I frozen?
You're back. We can hear you now.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank everyone. Again, my contact information is on the screen. Please don't hesitate on reaching out. But yeah, Jason, Kayla, I'll turn it back over to you all.
Awesome. I think I saw a few questions come in the Q&A. So Sydney, would you want to have a look at those and answer them? And then if anyone has questions for either Sydney or Jason, feel free to continue putting those in the Q&A now, and we can spend a little bit of time doing that.
Definitely. Let's see. For co-parenting and records of, records of co-parenting, a birth certificate.
Sydney, you're cutting out a little bit for me. I'm not sure if people in the audience are also having the same problem.
Yeah, we're seeing the freezing. Yep.
Oh no. Am I back now?
Yes, you're back, but I think we missed the answer to that question.
Oh no. Okay. I might stop sharing my screen just to improve my internet. Yes, to the first question on co-parenting and a child's birth certificate, yes, that should work as an LGBT status qualifier. The next question was about California's LGBT registration, and we do have a partnership with California. So if you are LGBT certified, that makes registering in California a much easier process. I have not done it myself as I'm not a business owner, but I've heard from many of our business owners that I know that is a lengthy process, and that their certification really helped with that registration.
And I'll jump in real quick to Dave's. The cost could be absorbed by a local chamber. So if you find one of the local affiliate chambers, the certification is actually at no charge. Sydney, correct me if I'm wrong. And the certification process is super easy. Go through the portal. Once this recording is up, we'll go ahead and you could probably review that. Sydney goes through step by step. The website is super intuitive, very easy, very color coded. You got this. Again, if you have any questions, there's a lot of emails and points of contact on each of the pages that you can definitely reach out to request support. But also, if you do find a local affiliate chamber, so I'm with the Miami-Dade Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce since I'm in Southern Florida, they helped me through the application process, and they can definitely help shepherd that process for you and answer any questions at the local level. For me, I can share that my timeline from certification with my local affiliate chamber through my NGLCC certification, thanks to COVID, was a little bit longer than it should. But even so, I mean, it's a relatively quick, transparent process. The main part is just when the board meets to be able to run those through and get certified. So it is a timing situation. But again, your local affiliate chamber could help, as well as the NGLCC office.
Awesome. Yeah, no, thank you for sharing, Jason. And the cost for certification, as we've just increased, the certification is now valid for 3 years. The NGLCC certification fee is $8.99. But again, we highly recommend joining a local affiliate chamber. And I just dropped the link in the chat to our list of local affiliate chambers. As being a member with any one of those chambers does waive that fee, and is really kind of an added benefit as you are able to access programming again on the local level and all the membership benefits that they offer as well. Let's see, I think there was maybe one more question in the chat. Let's see.
I saw another question about what is the demand from business partners and investors for LGBTBE certification? And then Sydney, I think your link also only went to the hosts. So if you could resend that link of the affiliate chambers to everyone.
I just resent it, Sydney.
Oh, awesome.
Oh,
okay.
Thank
So
you.
then,
Appreciate
question,
it.
what is the demand from business partners and investors?
Okay, yeah. So I guess demand from so a lot of our corporate I'm not sure if this is exactly what the question is asking, but a lot of our corporate partners who do they all have supplier diversity initiatives that they are working on. So they are, working towards, internal goals to work with diverse suppliers. So there is a high demand in corporate America to work with diverse suppliers, both LGBTBEs, but also, women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses, and there's many more. But so there is a high demand. And again, part of what NGLCC does is we have that engagement center that really helps connect LGBTBEs with those opportunities as they become available to us.
Perfect. I think we can do one last call for questions. Oh, I think we have a new question in the chat that is for you, Sydney. Or in the Q&A, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so this question is about our local affiliate chambers from someone that lives in a rural area, not close to any of the chambers locations. That is a great question. So You are able to join any chamber, no matter your geographical location. Many of the chambers are still doing virtual programming, webinars, and whatnot, due to COVID. So there are still opportunities to participate in local programming on a local level, even if you're not there in person. So there are still opportunities there, and I would recommend, maybe reaching out to the closest one to see kind of what those opportunities look like, just so you can see if it's a good fit for you and your business.
Yeah, so just to piggyback on that answer, so when I started the business, I lived in Miami, Florida, and I joined the Miami-Dade Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce because that was my local regional one. I currently just literally this morning moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I will maintain my membership at the Miami-Dade Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce, just because the programming that they have, one, I'm very involved with it already because that was my home chamber, but also a lot of the events are virtual. So if you don't have one close to you, I would say live vicariously through your membership chamber and participate in things virtual. Just one maybe where you have family or where you like to vacation, and just choose it that way since there's no other real option. The other thing that I was going to mention about the demand, the demand is high. Someone earlier in the chat said that they were a corporate partner and they're always seeking to find LGBTBEs, but also NGLCC does a fantastic job of pushing out the information and letting us know when there's opportunities, not only to single source kind of opportunities, but also a partnership, because a lot of these opportunities that corporate America is looking for in these corporate partners is a conglomerate of different skill sets to make up like one huge contract, which is also a great asset that the NGLCC does. One of the pluses that I have personally, again, found with the NGLCC certification is the reciprocal certifications with the consortium. Some of them are easier than others. But for example, as soon as I got my NGLCC certification, I was eligible for NAVOBA, which is the Veteran Business Organization, and NAVOBA has a reciprocation with Disability In. So I got 3 certifications for one. And it really is about getting involved. And again, each of those have their own audience. Some of them do overlap as there is some intersectionality, but the more you participate in each of the programs, you're going to get your return on investment into the chamber is going to be tenfold, if not more. There was, I don't know if we're doing another question, but there was one about businesses having a requirement of having like a minimum percentage of different ones. Sydney, I'm not sure if you could speak on that.
Yeah, great question. So for LGBT, I can only really speak to LGBTBE certification, and we require 51% ownership by an LGBT owner or multiple LGBT owners. And I also saw there's a question about public project requirements. So for this one, I would say it really does vary depending. For government contracting, it really depends on where you are. And the inclusion of LGBTBEs in government contracting. NGLCC's website has a great resource for all the different states that do include LGBTBEs in government contracting, and what those different requirements look like. So I'd highly recommend checking that out as well.
Perfect. I think that's about all the questions I've seen. So I just want to say a big thank you to Sydney and Jason for spending time with us this evening to go over this. I know I learned a lot about certification.